fucking calamity! Hey everyone, it's the Flying Pig here with a match reaction for you live. Here I am on YouTube, pissed off. Manchester United, should I say Gashchester United versus Southampton has just finished 0-0 at Old Trafford in the Premier League. What an absolute shambles of a run we are on at the moment. Seriously, what's that? Three games in a row now in the league? Draws against teams we should be doing better against. Couldn't break Southampton's defences today. 3 shots on target. Bullshit, isn't it? I mean, it's quite depressing at the moment for a United fan watching this team go out there and play drab football. I mean, are we Louis van Gaal's United in disguise? Or what? Because it looks like it. We're playing like that. We've got no sort of passion, no tenacity going forward. Nothing. It's just like passy, sidey pass. Louis van Gaal crab football once again from United. You know, aimless crosses, just no vigour, no verve, no nothing. Very depressing for United at the moment. And, you know, it's one thing to play that way and get the results. But I'm sorry, Jose. I'm sorry, lads. But we're not getting the results. We're not playing well enough. It's one thing to play shit and get the results, but we're not even doing that anymore. We're playing shit and not beating teams that are quite frankly gastastic. I mean, Southampton are 15th in the league. They haven't won a freaking league game in 10 games. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we can't break them down. We can't beat them. We can't put a goal past them. Why is that? Why is that? I mean, there's a lot of reasons to it. Jose Mourinho's negative bullshit tactics spring to mind, but of course you can't blame him for the way the players are performing out there on the pitch. It's down to the players. And once again, the players haven't turned up today. Once again, they've been very disappointing. Once again, they've been absolutely freaking Kettering Town-esque. Some of those need to go and play in the reserve team, quite frankly, because they're just not up to the standard that we need. I mean, Lukaku's got injured. That's a blow to us, you know. Or maybe it's a blessing in disguise because he's been shit recently, hasn't he? But no, in all seriousness, I mean, he is our man up top there. We've paid a lot of money for him. I hope he's okay. Hope he's back in a reasonable amount of time. But, you know, maybe gives the opportunity to Rashford to come in there and stake a claim to the top spot or to the starting spot in the team there, because something needs to happen. Maybe he can just have that impact that he did under Louis van Gaal, come in there and score us a bunch of goals. That would be nice. We need something to happen, don't we? Just want to say something about that Hendik Prikatarian fellow today. What is with that bloke, seriously? He's like he was over there in the Bundesliga setting the world on fire, playing absolutely brilliant. He's come over to United. He's looked great when Jose first gave him the opportunities to play. And since then, he has sunk like a turd. He's been terrible. And I just don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. It's not for, is it a lack of effort? I don't think it is. I just think he's just totally bottled it. He's a shell of a man. He's not playing with the confidence that he should be playing with. And seriously, out of all the players at the moment, I think Henrik Mkhitaryan is the one who's underperforming the most. Sell the prick, then. Sell the prick in January. If he's never going to perform, if he's not going to work in Jose's system, then why is he around the club collecting 160k a week or whatever he's collecting, you know? Very disappointed with him, as I am a lot of the players. You know, Pogba's had one ruled out tonight, but still, I'm not seeing that impact that he should be putting out there on the pitch week in, week out. He's so inconsistent. It's like occasionally he play well, but most of the time he's just bang average. He certainly doesn't live up to the standard of, you know, a player who's worth that sort of money. Gungshi in the house. How's it going, Gungshi? Thanks very much for your support. He says, this is what it must feel like to be an Arsenal supporter. We need better players. It's a very good point, my friend. But I tell you what is sickening. I'll tell you what's sickening now for Manchester United. Thank you very much for that, by the way, Gungshi. You're a legend. I'll tell you what's sickening is that we are actually in a battle now for these top 4 spaces with the likes of Arsenal, with the likes of Liverpool. Chelsea are above us now. Chelsea are above us. 2 weeks ago, we had a nice old gap, didn't we, between 2nd and 3rd. We had that cushion. Now Spurs are gaining on us. Liverpool are gaining on us. Chelsea have overtaken us. Even Arsenal are looking perhaps better than us at the moment. So we are in a real battle just to stay in the top 4 this season. Forget challenging for the Premier League now. We've forgotten about that a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? But we thought, oh, it's, you know, we're in a great position now. We should go on and we should get top 4. We should finish 2nd. We had a nice gap. We should be finishing 2nd. But now, I tell you, confidence is low at United. I can't see how we're going to go out there and turn it around. If we can't beat Southampton or even play better against Southampton, who, as I say, are struggling down there at the foot of the table. I think they're only a few points off the relegation zone themselves. At Old Trafford, then something is seriously wrong, lads and lasses. Something seriously wrong with United. And what is it? Is it just that we don't have good enough players? A lot of people saying we don't have good enough players, and I think that may may be the case. We don't have enough world-class players throughout the side. Alex Rincon in the house also dropping some support on the channel. Thank you very much, Alex, all the way from Canada, I believe, or at least stateside. He says, Alex says, shit performance, need to sell Deadwood. The LVG Moyes players need to go. Yeah, I mean, Jose's got to work with what he's got, though, doesn't he, for now? Yes, it would be nice if he could bring in his whole new own team, and he's done that with a bunch of players, but still, it's not like he's just playing with Louis van Gaal and Moyes' players, is it? He's gone out there and he's spent shitloads of money on the likes of Pogba, the likes of Lindelof, the likes of Lukaku. These players have come in for big, vast amounts of money. Why? While Jose Mourinho is manager. So, you know, I sort of hear you. We do have a lot of Deadwood players around the club from those days that the likes of Moyes and Louis van Gaal have brought in there, but we still got a couple of the Alex Ferguson legends knocking around the place, you know, Ashley Young, Antonio Valencia. These sorts of players were brought in by Fergie. So he got the best out of them. Why can't Jose? That's all I'm saying. I mean, those two players are probably not the best example because out of the shit show of players we've had this season, those two have actually been okay. But yeah, I mean, we've got some Deadwood in the side, no doubt about it. Henrik Mkhitaryan, see you later on, son. Jog on back to Armenia, pal. Wrap up warm. And, you know, Paul Pogba I'm getting pissed off with. £90 million in the middle of the park there. He looks like he's about £9. You know, he doesn't look like that standard of player, does he? You know, he's good, he's decent, he gives us something else. But he's not a Paul Scholes, he's not a, you know, he's not a Roy Keane, he's none of those type of players. He's not up to the standard, he's not consistent enough. So I personally, I mean, the fact is with Paul Pogba, you know, we couldn't get rid of the tosser now, even if we wanted to, because nobody's paying him the wages that we're paying him. The way he's performed over the last season and a half, nobody's interested in him. That's just a fact. And I know I'm perhaps overreacting a little bit here, saying get rid of Pogba, considering he's supposed to be one of our best players, one of our supposed world-class players. But what has he actually done? What has he actually done? Gong Shi comments again and says, Ozil would be a tonic for United if we could get him. But we need 4 to 5 good new players. I'm starting to agree with you, mate. I think we need a change at United. We need an influx of players. Ozil is one of those players that Jose has managed before. He knows what he can do. And Ozil on his day is very good. But then again, he's not that consistent, is he, for Arsenal? So, you know, are we expecting Jose to be able to manage him better than Arsene Wenger? Because so far, Jose Mourinho hasn't managed the players very well, you know, this season as a whole. We started off very well at the start of the season, of course, but since then, it has just been going downhill, where the performances haven't been there, the players haven't been living up to their expectations, they've not been performing. You can blame it on the players, and I do. I blame it a large amount on the players, but the manager's got to take a lot from it as well, because he's the one who's actually managing these players. He's the one who's instilling the way that he wants to play into these players, and he's the one that's supposed to be getting 110% out of these players. Sir Alex Ferguson never moaned about the sides he had, never about the squads he have. All you hear Mourinho doing at the moment is moaning, complaining that City have got these monies and they spent all this money. We've spent shitloads of money. Jose spent shitloads of money at United. We've got a good enough team to at least challenge, haven't we? We've got a good enough team to challenge. We won the treble last season without some of the players. I know it's the shit treble, but either way, we've won a treble, so we can win things. It's about Jose getting the best out of the team week in, week out. And it's about the players manning the fuck up and performing out there on the pitch. Why can't they do that? Why can't they do that? It's just, it comes from the manager. It comes from the manager, you know. It's all about the mentality, that winning mentality, that never say die mentality, that attack the shit out of Southampton mentality while we're at Old Trafford. And we've not been doing that. So, you know, I'm just gutted at the moment with how things are going for United, because I can see us just dropping now. I really can. We are in a fight for those top 4 spaces. As I say, those teams nipping out our heels now. We've lost that little safety cushion we had. And out of all of those teams who are challenging for the top 4, right now, you have to say that United look the shittest. You have to say that we look like we've got the least passion out there. You have to say that we don't look, you know, as good as a unit as a lot of the other teams. We're not creating enough. We don't score enough goals at the moment. So in terms of where we are placed, yeah, okay, we're 3rd now. We've dropped down to 3rd. We're still in the hunt for those top 4, aren't we? But in terms of how things are going, you know, I'm just absolutely in a deep worry for Manchester United this season. Oh, shit. Because I think, you know, we are going to struggle to get top 4 now. people will say, well, what are you talking about? We're third at the moment, nothing to worry about. But sorry, 3 draws in a row. It's not just the actual results either. It is the performances. The performance tonight against Southampton, who are right at the bottom of the table, was absolutely David Moyes-esque. It was not good enough. It was never going to win us that game. And, it's not going to get us top 4 if we can't beat those teams. We lost to Bristol City in the freaking cup. We've had absolute mares recently. Leicester, we've given it away at the end of the game there. Teams we should be beaten and we haven't been able to get over the line. We weren't able to get the ball in the back of the net not once tonight against Southampton, who are gash-tastic. Southampton are shit, I'm sorry. Last couple of seasons they've been good, but this season they are absolutely shit. And yet United go up against them and make them look decent. What's that about? What is that about, Jose, Sort it out. Change things at United. We need passion in the team. We need an attacking mentality in the team. We need confidence in the team. We need the players to go out there and try and put 4 goals in the back of the net against Southampton, not the way we played tonight. And that all comes from the manager. So, yeah, I've said it all basically. We're on an absolute downer at the moment. Manchester United are struggling. What can we do to turn this ship around, to stop this rot? Jose's got to change something. He's got to stop the dreary way we're playing football. He's got to instill a bit more passion into these lads. He's got to get Henrik Mkhitaryan out the freaking club. He's got to bring some quality players in the January transfer window. I mean, am I the only one that thinks that, though? Seriously, I mean, Henrik Mkhitaryan, I was so happy when we signed him, when he came in. I thought, that is a great signing. Look what he's doing over there in the Bundesliga. And he started his United career well. But how many games can you put up with these 4 out of 10 performances for him before you say, look, just piss off, mate? Because it's really starting to annoy me, Gungshi comments, Mickey was diabolical. I totally agree. Blah comments, the message Jose is sending to the owners is for them to fire him immediately. All he's doing is moaning, isn't he? He's throwing his teams out the pram. He's not saying that this is what I've got right now. My job as manager of Manchester United is to get them up for it. Is to get them up to the task of playing teams we should be beating and beating them with, let's face it, a multi-100 million pound squad. That's what it is. Whether you say we've overspent, I'll tell you how, 10 times freaking better than at Manchester United. So what is it that's happening here? Is Jose is he trying to fit square pegs into round holes? It seems to be the case. We've got a very free-flowing attacking set of players. We've got Rashford, who's lightning quick and can dribble past 3 men in one go. We've got Marcio, who can do the same. We've got Lukaku, who's injured today, who's a natural finisher and an absolute beast up there and scores goals for fun, or at least he has done up to now in his career. So I don't think there's any excuses. I think Jose Mourinho's got to take a look in the mirror, as I say, at that Portuguese Mr. Bean face looking back at him and say, stop being a joker, pal. Let's change things at United. That's what United need at the moment. We need change. Anyway, I'm just too pissed off at the moment, really. I'm not in a good mood at all. I think United have just actually depressed me over this festive period. It's supposed to be a happy time, isn't it? It's supposed to be fun, all fun and games. Well, United have pissed me right off. They caused me anxiety. And all they're going to do from now on is cause me more anxiety, I think, because the way that Jose's United play, I mean, it's just absolutely pitiful, isn't it, with the players we've got at our disposal. It's not like we've got shit players. Look at Southampton's side today, 0-0. They've got James Ward-Prowse. He's a decent player, isn't he? He had a decent game against us, but fuck's sake, he's no Anthony Martial, is he? He's no Paul Pogba, is he? But those 2 players, all the players at the moment, look like shit. Right. I'm going to wrap it up there because I've just had enough. But thank you ever so much for tuning in right now, everybody who's tuned in. A couple of comments I'll just read actually before I go. Mike comments, haha, I like your rant. Thanks very much, pal. Join in the rant and sharing the pain that is Manchester United at the moment. Like is a battle, love is a war comments. David Moisinho. Oh, I know. It is like that. It's like, is it some sort of curse that's just bestowed Manchester United since Sir Alex has left? Because it seems like that whole lovely way we used to go about playing football went with Sir Alex. David Moyes couldn't do it. He had us playing terrible football. Louis van Gaal came in and it was slightly better at times in terms of results, but in terms of actual play, it was even worse. And now Mourinho's came in, and I have to say, last year it was a mixed bag. He did ever so well getting the trophies, but this year, second season syndrome perhaps, and it has all turned to shit at Old Trafford. I mean, there's no excuses, is there? Just look at the last few games. We need to win those games. We're supposed to be in the hunt for the title, let alone now scrapping away just to stay in the top four. What could happen to United this season if we continue this run? It's only going to take a couple more poor performances for it to turn into a crisis. And what I mean by that is a club like Manchester United, who has spent like Manchester United, finishing outside the top four would be an absolute catastrophe. And if I'm the Glazers, I'm saying jog on Mourinho at the end of the season if he can't get this United side to finish top four. I mean, come on, that's terrible management if you can't go out there and get the United side, which, okay, we've not got the best squad in the league, but we've got one of the best. We spent some of the most money in the league, and if you can't get that side to finish in the top four, then what the fuck have you achieved? All you've done is taken us backwards then. So, yeah, I mean, it's about time, I think, us fans just voiced our opinions a bit more, got on the backs more of the players, got on the backs more of the manager, because it's some sort of reaction needs to happen now from United, whether it's Jose changing the way we play, just saying, look, lads, what we're doing right now, it's not working, scrap it. Let's at least go out there and do a Liverpool and just try and attack. And if we lose, then we lose. But if we win, then we win big and we entertain the fans and we actually fight to win games. Because at the moment, it just doesn't seem like we're doing that enough anyway. Oh, Become the Teapot comments and says, who will win the league? I think it's very obvious now that Man City are the team to beat. Nobody's catching them. We were the only team that were looking realistic to catch them, and we pissed it all away in these last couple of weeks. So I think City are just absolutely nailed on now for the league, and deservedly so. Look at the way they've played. Look at the way they've scored goals, the way they actually play their football. It's not just about the results. I mean, you know, certain games have gone their way this season. They've scored late goals at the end and got a bit fortunate in a couple of games. But in one way, you create your own luck, you know. And Guardiola creates his own luck by having a very good mentality of football, which is let's keep the ball and keep hold of possession of the ball because the other team can't score when you got possession of the ball. But more importantly, let's actually try and score goals while we've got possession. And let's not just give the ball away and play these 1-2 pass moves and put an aimless ball into the box. No, let's keep hold of the ball, work our chances back and forward, you know, show a bit of craft with the technical players that we've got. And that way you'll get the better teams. And that's been proven time and time again this season. I just wish United could play somewhere to that level of football. It really would be nice. It comes to something when you're looking at Manchester City and you're feeling a bit jealous, you know, about the way they're playing football. It comes to something. We're looking at the blue side of Manchester. We're saying they're a better team than us right now. You know, fuck that noise. That's just plain wrong. Manchester United should always be the best team in Manchester. You know, the history, the tradition of the club, everything. The money we've got. Okay, City have got unlimited money. But we're Manchester United. It's just not right. And not even the fact that, you know, we've lost out to City in the Premier League before. They're a good team. They're up there since they've got that oil money coming. And the lads just playing Football Manager with cheat mode on, then they've been right up there, haven't they? You've got to give them a lot of credit. Fair play to them. But so should we be. So should we be. And Mourinho is the man who's got to take a lot of the brunt of this negativity today because it's the same shit week in, week out. Where's the reaction, Jose? Sort it out, you Mr. Bean twat. And the players need to grow some bigger balls and actually start playing like Manchester United players. None of those players deserve to wear that shirt out there, apart from perhaps David De Gea, you know. Who else on that pitch deserves to wear that shirt? Ashley Young's been good this season, I suppose you can say. Fair play to the lad. Other than that, I'm looking around at a bunch of freaking dog and duck players. Right, lads and lasses, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Paul Pogba and his band of merry melters couldn't do anything tonight against Southampton, who are absolutely down at the bottom of the league there, and I shot it. Just goes to show you how shit we are. Just goes to show you the struggle we're in at the moment at United. And I can't even freaking speak properly. But to everybody who's tuned into this rant video, thank you very much for joining me live. You're a bunch of legends. Do us a favour. Smash a like on this video. To Gung Shi, Alex Rincon, and all the usual legends who tune in and support this channel, thank you so much for getting involved. Come back in a few minutes once this video has been published. And I will respond to some of your comments. If you can come back and get your thoughts and opinions in, because they don't stick around on here. I apologise for not being able to respond to more of your messages. Just Steve comments, such a joke pick. What a freaking joke this is, pal. It's an absolute New Year's Eve melt from Manchester United. It's not even New Year's Eve. Fucking hell. Right, thank you very much for tuning in. Do us a favour, like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Mr. Flying Pig HD. Sort your freaking lives out, Mourinho and United. You're a bunch of melters. It's time for change, time for reaction, time to see these multi-million-pound players who are on hundreds and hundreds of £1,000s a week playing at least like half of that. Playing at least like we want to go out there and win games. Playing at least like they're some of the most technically gifted players in the league, which they are. But they're not doing it at the moment. They're not performing. That stems from the manager. It also stems from those players being a bunch of little girly melts. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Pig on Flying Pig United. Have a good one. Take it easy. Sort your fucking lives out, United. And I'll see you very soon. Piss poor.